money, yeah.
Definitely wants gummy money. I just want to say that Locus, you know, is prioritizing gummy money over the show for people wanting to watch his Reptar. I stayed and casted my set while playing Senpak for the show. I just want you all to know that. I don't know why I'm throwing shade to Locus. Maybe I'm still mad about the set. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, I'm about the NASB, man. I'm not about the money.
Right.
Like these gamers. Grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting Food Dreams. It's Locus. It's Miity. You already know the drill.
Miity, though, off to a really great start.
Okay, but this is one of the most adaptive players in like NASB. It's not just a matter of the fact that he plays one of the best players and one of the best characters in the game. It's a matter of fact that he has lost sets before and has been down 2-0 before, and Locus has swept. We've seen this guy win bracket sets from the absolute depths of hell, taking out the likes in the last grand finals. I believe was him versus Thunder's Reign, who in a lot of these brackets that he enters looks completely untouchable. Then Locus coming out to prove to you why he's one of the best players to touch the game again, and apparently Miity is too.
Dude, Miity's always been up there, dude. Like this is crazy Miity. This is super Miity.
Yeah,
this is Jonathan.
I can't even say he's one of the best players to touch the sticks because he doesn't play with sticks.
Yeah, right. He types those essays, man. He's be typing. I love saying that phrase, like when you're on a keyboard or box, it's like, yeah, type those essays, man. Like,
Does anybody else even play keyboard besides Jabibi?
Those two, there's a couple.
Jabibi.
Well, Jabibi, I'm blanking on. There's like 3 others I can think of, but they're not like top level. Like Jabibi and Miity are definitely like what.
There's that one kid that I played at LMBM a couple of years ago that like had his keyboard like completely on my lap the entire time and
that's funny.
To move over. that guy plays with keyboard. That kid.
That guy, yeah. What is going on?
I mean,
oh, I've never seen him use that move once.
I've never seen that move in general once.
I've never seen it either. I didn't know Zuko had a down strong. Like, to answer your question about, oh, does he actually have aerials when he doesn't have the sword? I didn't know that. I didn't know that Zuko actually had a down strong.
Right.
Oh my god, dude, that's another large Tekachino.
You're dead there. Oh, you're alive?
And we got another large Tekachino.
Oh, now you're dead. Okay.
No, that recovery is... It's alright.
Okay, but imagine if you did an EX up special there and just spiked them. The one used for it ever? Dude, up 2 stocks to 1 here. Definitely could do this. Just has to be very careful how to close this out here. I honestly think you just can't take your pin off the metal here. You just gotta avoid this combo here. Yeah, and just go for it, man.
There is no burst on this Beaver right now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go balls to the walls, man. Go crazy. Just hit him. All right, he's got it instantly.
Oh.
Yes, but so does John Miity, and he is up a stock while doing it. And this is his stage to control, and he is doing it.
Oh, Locus got the funny. He tried. Locus tried to throw it, and he F-strung, I think, or maybe meant to F-strung. Uh-oh.
It's so awkward when I try to do it, because you know I don't have a grab button.
Yeah, what do you do?
It functions the same way if you hit both, if you do the shield macro and put it at the same time. Like if you run, or, like hit the stick forward and do it, it still throws it. Other than that, I have to use the D-pad.
Yeah, I see.
I just hate grabbing the sword against Zuko. I don't like it.
Okay, low key, what if Zuko or Miity went for a super? Think about it.
That would be cinema.
Can we play?
He's already kind of done it for the content with Rocksteady, so. Honestly, the super would be...
Yeah, right.
Pretty fire.
When did he slime shield? That was crazy. He did it! He took a game.
Oh, wow.
We got ourselves a set, gamers.
Supers? What's that? I play on keyboard, boy. I'm all business. I don't even know what the input is on keyboard to do a super.
Well, it's whatever the buttons you have.
I think
it's always slime plus attack.
It's slime plus special.
Yeah, but what is the default?
It's like Z and or it's like Z or like X and like fucking C or some weird thing, something like that. I don't even know.
I have my slime on shift. I thought that was the default.
You play on keyboard?
I do play on keyboard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think slime is default. And that I know Z is like strongs or attack or one of the two. I forget off the top of my head. But anyways, we're burning it right back. Locus loves this stage. But Miity enjoying a dub on it as well.
still rough against Beavers, man. The thing is that well, there he couldn't do anything. He was stuck in the hit lag of his move, or the lag of his move, I should say. One mistake that I made against Locus a lot when I was playing against him in bracket earlier today was I just keep forgetting this character, like, oh, he has assists. Like, he's the only character in the game that can do assists, and I kept just running into potatoes in situations where I shouldn't. And learning to play around that against Beavers, there's so many characters and like throughout like platform fighters, and platform fighters especially, really. I don't know too much about traditional fighters, but where there's a lot of characters where if you learn to play around like one specific move that they have, you don't necessarily figure out the whole matchup, but it's a big step. And when you're fighting Locus and specifically Daggett, I would say learning how to work around potatoes is definitely huge, especially if your character has good moves, or good disjoints, I should say, that can contest with Daggett in the mid-range. And Zuko is one of the characters that does. He's one of the few characters that literally has swords. There's not many in this game that do, and the one traditional swordie, not even traditional swordie, but swordie uses a guitar, and the other one uses a golf club. It's varying, right? Like, if you can play a good mid-range against Daggett, you can negate a lot of what he has to offer. Once he's in and he's up close and he's just comboing the bejesus out of you, that tends to be it. Lights out. But if you can actually just keep like a solid mid-range distance against him, which is why assists like the Happy New Year laser and potatoes exist. It exists to help to specifically assist with Daggett's pretty much only shortcoming, his lack of range. That's how you start to be golden against Daggett, against Beavers, for sure. And Miity's he was doing a good job, down a whole stock now. Fighting from behind, whole different story.
Yeah, it's like whenever you get vertical versus Locus, it gets really difficult, I think, as Zuko, because it's just like, how do you land? You know, you just get kind of stuck up here for an eternity.
I hate to Omni-Man you, but that's the neat part.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't.
I really thought you were gonna say, "Are you sure?" I was just gonna be like, "What do you mean?" I'm so brain right, man.
We're not. We have
sure.
As long as you're self-aware, you're not fully brain-rotted.
I saw a TikTok today of that, and it was just like the one scene when he's like getting, you know, like they eating dinner or whatever, like when he's about to reveal his powers, and his mom Debbie's just like, "Hey, how is my chicken? I made chicken. What's up, chicken?" And like they keep saying chicken over and over. And I'm just like, dude, I can't watch this anymore. There's something happening to me. Oh,
Were you waiting for the jockey?
Yeah, something, dude. I don't know what was going on.
Chicken jockey.
Literally. But I'm sure Locus, waiting for that slime cancel, getting the fair, misses it, picks it back up with these up air pillars. Fair pillar. Oh, it's over. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's like he never got nerfed.
Like, what can you even do when you have top 1 best air game, and then you have a fail like that?
He's a strong character, yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of cooked.
It really does land those combos like Daggett never got nerfed.
Dude, yeah, he figured it out. Because that's the thing, is like...
Got nerfed?
Yes.
Who's better than this?
Yeah.
He's been nerfed multiple times, too. His up throw used to kill.
Yeah, he used to have back throw used to kill. Norbert's kill throws, I think, got nerfed, but now you can kind of do like sup air. That became the new thing.
Snare used to be even better.
It used to be able to double snare.
Harder.
Remember that? You could do 2 snares in the air.
Double snare. Oh my god. So many characters had double snares back in the day.
It was crazy, yeah.
I still have my double snare.
Snare is a abbreviation for strong neutral air. So in this game, they're technically in this game called charge aerials, but strong neutral air, snare, and like the other ones were all holdovers from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 terminology, because in that game they were called strong attacks, and like snare was like one of them. Sup air is up air but strong, and then S air was strong down air, and so we've just kind of abbreviated them because it's a mouthful to say the whole thing.
Yeah.
I would like to use Ember McLean's strong neutral aerial.
No, but in this game you have to say charged strong or charged up air. Like, come on. Too many words.
And that one's even worse technically to abbreviate, because like you can't go like chair.
Well, you could.
Chanair.
Chup air. You can say chup air.
Chadair.
I was thinking about it recently, and I was like, low key, we could have just called them C dare, like C up air, and C down air.
I love the fact that you can Falcon Punch a man's shield and then just kill them with something afterwards because you can cancel it, and the game can be an All-Star Brawl 2 for the Nintendo PC.
Real?
That's just aura, bro. Just like standing there on platform, just do his Falcon Punch as well.
Yeah, he just hit him with it, and he's just like,
dead?
Daggett's just sitting there, and he's just like, what, you think I'm an idiot? I'm not gonna get hit by the Dragon Punch. It's like, yeah, no, you're not, but you're gonna get hit by this. And then he died.
I love that use of platform. That was so smart.
Dude. And he's got options on it too,
These
man.
plat drop combos.
The threat range of it is so crazy too, not because it hits on both sides, comes out insanely fast, and it auto cancels on that platform, or what's the terminology where like an A lands on the platform?
Oh, plat drop cancel.
Yeah, plat
you
drop
call it plat cancel.
It plat drop cancels more consistently than like any aerial in the game.
Right. Wow.
Oh my god,
dude.
He went for that. He just went for it.
Game
Jonathan,
5?
Jonathan
Game
Nickelodeon.
Early, right? I mean, you're fighting Daggett.
Game 5?
But...
Well, we gotta get to this. We gotta get through game
5.
3 first.
Game 5.
We've only had 2 games here.
Oh, we
The
have?
best-
I thought this was game 4.
No, it's game 3. I think.
Oh, okay.
That's what I have
My fault.
written down. You're good. Rankings. What? He hit the super. He got it.
Oh my god! My god! My god! My god!
I don't understand
This
how one
kills.
player.
It kills.
I don't understand how. I don't understand how one player can just be that much better. I don't understand how one player can be that much better at the video game than everybody.
The aura, bro. He's spicy with it, bro.
Holy
he's
cow.
crazy.
I only land
my
supers in
goodness.
bracket against players who like touch this game for like the first time, and I have an immobilizing move that like goes through shield that lets me do it. This guy just hit it on Locus through the level.
Dude, like, it's good. Hey, supers are good, guys. Who would have thought? Like, against the light character that gets a lot of slime, you could just fucking super them and they can't burst or DI or anything? Who would have thought that that's a good option, guys, right? But now, fuck me, I guess. I guess I'm just wrong. I guess it's not a good idea to ever fucking super. God, you guys are so bad at this game. Adapt. Figure something out. God.
I mean,
use the
I'm
game
sorry.
mechanics.
I know you're not talking to me, but like I'll try to be better. I'm sorry. Like if I have to I'll use it. I'm sorry, Papa.
No, it probably isn't a good option. Like it's it's good. It's good sparingly, or like last stock, or like you definitely shouldn't be using that like first stock of the game unless you're just going for like troll, you know.
But you know, it is a thing.
Like especially at ledge like that, it feels like it's very good at ledge.
Yeah.
I would definitely say.
Can't burst those supers.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could burst supers. That would be the lamest thing
Dude,
of all time.
Of all, that would mean that Mr. Krabs' dime you can't burst, but supers you can burst. Like, what does this world come to?
Imagine. There's an alternate reality where like they just like neglected that and just forgot.
Could you imagine?
The ones in like Dimension C2001, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those NASB gamers are just suffering right now. Their game sucks. Because they can't burst, because they can burst supers.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be so boring. There's like no payoff for hitting it. Yeah, right. There'd be literally 0 point.
No, that one's so obvious. I don't think there's any alternate reality where they mess that up. At least I hope not. Knock on wood. Good snare to get rid of the ring. Force his way back down. Even better, get up attack by Miity to counter the aggression on the way back from ledge from Daggett, as he is one to do. Is that gonna kill? No, light character, but not gonna do it. He's got very bad range, and he is one of the game's lighter characters, I will say. You know, Daggett is very annoying, but he's not flawless. It's important to remember.
Wow, you burst that?
I was gonna say, why? Like, you're gonna get farted on, and you're gonna die. Like, you could just blow on this beaver, and that's it. But I guess he just wanted the insurance.
Yeah.
I do wonder how well
now.
Norbert does here against Zuko. Like, I I'm pretty sure Locus is like has been using Norbert more, but like I don't know.
He's definitely swapped the past month or so. He's definitely swapped to using him less, I would say. Which I think is interesting because both Beavers at the top have both like slowly gotten like backwards in terms of their progress towards using the other Beaver. Like Murgas was starting to use both, and then like Locus was, and they both saw each other in the mirror and was like, ew. And then they both just started only using their Beaver again. Which I don't think it's not even like due to like any sort of like reasoning. It's just like they just kind of drifted back into habits, you know.
Just because.
Lord forgive me, but I need to go back to the old me. I gotta say, man, those plat drop cancels are crazy. The conversions that Zuko gets off of those are nuts. Like, the fact that you can do your neutral aerial attack on a platform and just maintain your positioning in that way is just... That's such a perk. You know?
It definitely
like
feels like it's like a big future thing, you know? Like, that's like the meta development for the... Like, here we go. Oh!
Oh,
almost.
He barely misses it, man.
That truly would have been a clip.
Yeah. Off the plat drop cancel would have been insane.
No, but Daggett's small and he hard DI'd out.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to assist with living that. Locus couldn't just sacrifice himself for the clip.
That was also just a bit of improv there.
Dummy money, doesn't he? Oh boy, that's a good slime cancel. Even better air dodge from Miity though, but that's not going to stop you from getting caught in the vortex. Down we go. No, able to hold up and in to make sure you do not get hit by the strong spike of that mallet. I don't know how much that's going to matter though. The pressure's still on. 84%, almost lapping in percent on the stock is Locus right now. And he is going to be able to do that. Getting rid of Norbert, forcing the recovery back down to the side of the ledge. And the edge guard on Miity still looking pretty good. Both these players going tip for tap, but only one of them down to stock right now. No slime shield on Locus. That was an interesting decision.
This is doable. Maybe?
Oh, is he just dead?
Not from another one, he is.
Not if he was Norbert.
God, he saw that coming from a mile away. Oh, and he knew the tech chase was coming too, but he just wasn't prepared for it. I think Miity just choked that.
You got back off there. Miity very smart here. Very aware of like, oh no.
Yo, I don't think you're potatoes.
Yeah.
I'm cooking you.
That was unfortunate. That's one of those things where it's like, you definitely need to just back off for a second. If you're...
Game 5.
Yeah. That's rough. You got that's like one of the times when you gotta push the gas pedal. Like you're below somebody on the platform, like you don't need to just rush in there. Obviously, I'm sure he's like anxious or has to run it in. You know, he has to get in, but it is what it is. You know, gotta be a little patient. We'll see what. I think it's possible. I think that that was on. I believe Locus's counter pick, right? Yeah, that was Locus's counter pick. He chose to go there.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, no, he won on Urkin. Yeah, my fault.
And then, they're looking at stages now, it seems like.
Yeah, he's always liked Pariahs. He's always been a fan of like the bigger stages with smaller blast zones.
Yeah.
Like room to work with, room to pop your assists out, you know. And just less room to, or like more room to be able to deal with disjoints that Zuko has and whatnot. I don't want to say it's necessarily just character dependent, but I have noticed that Locus does tend to gravitate towards big.
I really like this stage pick.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a good middle ground, right, Cherry?
Yes, but I also say for sure, like, this is good for Miity. It's just a lot of platforms to work with, plat drop cancels, and at the same time, we've got some weirdness for Locus now to worry about. If Locus does decide to swap here, one thing he hates about this stage is that it's very often that if you swap at the wrong time, you'll actually fall through the stage. Now, like if you go like right as you're landing.
That happened to me in one of my sets during one of the Dilly's tournaments.
Yeah, so if you're ever playing Beavers on the stage, don't swap while falling towards the floor. Just do it on a platform or jump do it while rising. But so far, Miity 3 stocks away now from getting to that reset.
It's worth noting that this guy does not switch Beavers that often.
Never.
Probably less than any other Beaver.
Yeah.
I saw him switch like once. I don't remember who was against. I think it was against.
If he's not getting his like snare combos, if he's not getting like his horizontal like fair chains and loops and whatnot, if the percent is high enough and like he just needs to kill raw, occasionally he will switch to Norbert, like to try to fish for an up smash or a sub air sometimes. But even then, most of the time, it's like really very situational that he does that. He's very much a Daggett main.
Ooh, nice burst.
Nice burst.
Yo!
Really good burst. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was really good well-timed burst, because he could have bursted earlier in that combo as well, and if he'd done that, he just would have like been more akin to getting suffered to the re-grabs again, or not the re-grabs, but the re-loops. He waited until specifically the snare was going to be on the opposite side of him based off of Daggett's momentum, and as a result just like did a reversal on him to get him closer to the blast zone. It was just really well-timed by Miity to do that, and really good situational awareness.
Oh, wow. Barely done with that.
That was so smart.
Did Jack want to take it? Wow. Bro, Locus has crazy DI. What the actual hell? These percentages.
You gotta try and go for up strong maybe here. Never mind. Guys, wow.
Oh, that's dead.
Down strong air.
Here we go.
Up till here we go. He's got a bar of slime too. This could be. Oh yeah, he tried it. Just missed space on the up special. To go for it again here. And also swapping to Norbert here. That's a huge. Yeah, wanted the free swap kill there with back throw. Beaver disabled.
Almost got the load back in. Beaver has returned. Beaver Fever has been activated. They've not been vaccinated for that in the Fire Kingdom. Or maybe they have, depending, or the Fire Nation. Oh my god, fake fan. I just said Kingdom.
Oh my god,
Cringe.
dude.
Oh my god. It's been a long time since I watched it. I'm sorry. The Fire Kingdom.
Dude, look at this. Miity about to force a reset if they can just take this last stock here. Has a bar, could definitely do it with this. Not opposed to zero to deathing. Oh man.
Definitely looking like Miiti's game to lose right now. Not the best position to be in, but you got a lot of slime to be able to slime shield in the corner unless Daggett just runs up and grabs you. The percentage is too high for Daggett to get a forward throw follow-up off of that or anything off of it horizontally. The only thing he's got to be afraid of is getting tossed in the air, potentially for a sub-air finisher or something, or just getting a strong upcharge or something. But even then, look at that. The up throw percentage is just way too high. Miiti's in a really good position to be facing off against Daggett right now, and you would think...
he's swapping.
I was just going to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was literally just going to say you would think it's time to switch to Norbert, and he does it before I could even get my sentence out.
This is dangerous.
If you really think about it, Locus tends to switch in the same vein that
He
some
did it!
Miiti players tend to switch to Vampire just to get the kills.
Yep. And I knew that was the time, because he had no way to get any throw confirms anymore. He couldn't throw him high enough, or he threw him too high to be able to get sup air because the percentage was too high. The percentage was also too high for him to be able to get anything off of like forward air or snare combos. He would get, Miiti would get launched way too far. It was the only way he was going to be able to kill him there and be able to secure a final stock or even a chance to be able to win the game was if he got a kill raw. And that is the thing that even Locus has to admit Norbert is way better at. So that's, I think that's part of the reason he did it. He was probably going to start fishing for up smash or something, or up strong, I should say. And just, he wasn't able to get that. It was really good awareness by Miiti, knowing that he was eventually going to have to do that, and just wound up killing him with the dash attack once more. We got ourselves a reset, boys.
Wow. Yeah,
What do you know
we're in
about
this. So yeah, for those unaware, this is now the grand final reset. These players will now have to play one more best of 5. The grand final reset, or true finals as it's called. Both of these players now have lost a set. Now whoever wins this one, that's it. Here we go. Back from the top. Let's see what these two can do. Locus trying to go on his reign. He's won the past 3 DUTCHMAN'S dungeons in a row. Back to back. If Miiti wins this, Thunders has not won he took second in the one he entered recently to Locus.
Oh.
So.
That's
And
crazy.
he do what Thunders could not.
Ooh! Wait, what?
Oh my god, bro, just like, bro is so lost in the sauce.
Dude, he fell in too. He pulled Miity with him.
Oh, side effect of Beaver Fever SDs.
Yeah,
Is that it?
I think so. Oh my god.
Need to take some Beeville.
Did they go to the stage last set?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think so either. This is tough.
Yeah,
At
they
least
were
they're
on
both in the
food.
same stock. Yeah.
They were on food for the majority of the first like 2 games and whatnot. That was their starter stage.
Let's see what Mediacus can do here.
Zuko's got some strong hitboxes. Oh, no grab coming out. Oh wait, he's got the swords.
There you go. Get the plat trap cancels. I think that's where Miiti's thriving in this set. Is he's just getting these kills via like the damage of plat drop cancel. Alpha did also lose to Locus. That's correct. 3 weeks ago now, I think. Last week was it may have been this past week actually. No, this past week was Thunders, and then 2 weeks ago was Alpha, and then I think the week before that was also Alpha or Miity. I'd have to go look.
Bad trade for Miity. Yeah, forces him up into the air while Locus just is able to tech on the stage on the ground and just return stage control to him on hit, basically. Definitely looking like Locus's game 1 to lose now. Now he is all over the Prince of the Fire Nation right now. Can we get another one?
Ooh.
Another dare? Oh, not going for that one. Just keeping it. Oh, no.
Okay.
A little too aggressive. Probably knows he can afford to do it, but, you know, he's
Yeah.
seen bigger throws.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing it this time.
Yeah, that's a strong stage 4 Locus for sure.
Yeah, Miity likes that stage. I don't know why. I don't think it never felt like one of Zuko's better ones to fight on. It felt like characters with just good mid-range moves as well as just better frame data were able to overwhelm him pretty easily.
Right.
I'm kind of surprised to see that that was the stage we went to. I think maybe both players wanted to try something different. Maybe their stage bans were just a little bit different, I suppose, depending on which one got it first.
That too.
Does the player who, if it's a Grand Finals reset, right, while Locus is the higher seed, right? Locus is the higher seed, so in the first set, obviously, he gets the ban first. If he is defeated by Miity in the first Grand Final set, in the next Grand Final set, does Locus still get the first ban?
I believe so, because the way it works, like, it's literally just based off of seeding. So unless they, like, yeah. That's what it looks like Locus, he banned first again. Because that's just how we do it. It's always first seed bans first, so that there's no, like, discrepancy on, like, oh, let's play rock, paper, scissors for, like, 20 minutes and, like, accidentally screw up the time of the bracket or whatever. You know?
It's a little harder to play rock, paper, scissors online.
That too. Like,
Yeah. Like, unless there's, like, a website that we can find or something.
that does
like,
exist. There
everybody-
is online RPS.
Yeah, but, like,
But
that's
yes.
so extra.
Yes.
Like, no one wants to do that. I'm not even
Yes.
a tournament organizer, and I would
I don't
veto
wanna do that.
if I were you.
I
would
don't want to do
absolutely
it.
veto that
That's
if I
why
were
we.
you too. Like,
That's why we do the way we do. Shout out to
I love it
Rivals though.
personally.
Rivals 2 having the built-in RPS for their tournament mode. That's always really cool. Something like that would be
didn't know
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I played Rivals from time to time, but I was
Oh,
always like
RPS.
I was always
Rock,
just a
paper,
ranked warrior
Uh-oh.
with that game, and I was never even a good one. I've never played haven't played in a Rivals 2 tournament yet.
Yeah. This is another. I don't know. I don't like this stage at all.
Might at Garden Brawl, where I will see John Miity, if I'm able to go. Yeah, this stage is another small one.
We saw
Like-
how this went in the other set. Although, like, I imagine maybe the other options weren't in the cards, maybe?
I don't know. For a player who really seems to really like big stages, Locus knows how to play on the small ones, and he's dash dancing in the corner, baby. We're not approaching out here.
I'm surprised.
That's a gummy money dash dance.
I'm surprised there was no PK. It wasn't banned. Like, we'll need to interview Miity at some point. Like,
I
why?
think because he knows that Locus likes bigger stages.
But like the blast zones on there are small. So and like there are also lots of platforms. So for him, he gets a lot of the plat drop combos, like those plat cancels. He has 3 platforms of varying degrees. You know?
Maybe it feels like Locus has a little bit more room to work around his Daggett to just sort of stay out of Miiti's superior mid-range. And as a result, the blast zones don't matter as much because Locus has he has a much more space to be able to bob and weave around his disjoints. And since the blast zones are small, he can still kill you really easily on that stage. Because they did go to Pariah's last set. I don't remember who won there, though, I gotta admit.
I think, wasn't it Miiti?
I don't remember. All I know is that the small stages, like even on Star Dial, seem to just favor Locus, and right now he is mashing on Miiti right now.
Yeah, this is rough.
First on par. Happy New Year laser holding up to get away from it. Not getting the spike hitbox of the hammer, but it's not going to matter. The exploitable recovery of Zuko. Getting reversaled again, but to what end at this point?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dead.
That's
Was
quick.
that just regular up air?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, 150. Yep.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if it didn't work the first time, same bands coming out from,
Locus.
yeah, gonna be going Irkin. So maybe a character switch, maybe not. I don't know if I would like to see the Rock City at this point. I think Zuko, when it's on good stages, it works.
You just need the moment. You're like, we're in game.
Unless maybe Miiti is like, I would rather lose on my worst possible stage choices just so that I can now attempt a reverse 3-0 with no bad stages. 'Cause he played on Star Dial and he played on, what's it called? So now it's just like, if he can win, you know, it'd be great, but good luck. Definitely difficult. Definitely seeing it through to the end here. Potential last match here.
Locus looking like he does not want Miiti to come back from this.
Yeah, he definitely wants to close this out.
Give him no room to, you know, to recover.
That's
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
Just don't let him play the game,
Right.
and then you can win.
Yeah, being able to dictate the pace is definitely in your best interests. So being able to like just kind of like be at full on aggression like this, it works out so well. Miiti again unable to really position himself in those areas that like, oh, okay.
Locus was just toying with him before, dude. And now...
I just genuinely think it's come down to stage choice and positioning. Like, before, the way, yes, like, this is where Miiti was interacting with more, is like, he'd go into the platform, wait, go for the plat drop cancel, Locus would approach, and then that would just be it. Like, he would, oh man, Miiti's just...
Oh, no.
That's the...
Yeah, he's done. So frustrated, I'm sure. That's unfortunate, but GG's to Locus, winning 3-0
really well.
into the reset.
You're still a fraud for not using Reptar. Kidding.
I asked him not to use Reptar against me. I don't think anyone would have wanted that.
Yeah. Although it would have been funny as fuck. Could you imagine?
It would have been, but I told him not to do it. I'm like, you will regret it. Like, we both will. I assure you of that. Like, no matter who wins there, like, I don't think either of us are going to be happy.
Right.
Yep. The angry Beavers,
That'd be
ladies
so
and gentlemen.
funny.
Some of my best work, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, right.
Here.
Locus definitely one of the best to do it with the character as well. There's plenty of them who do it well, but there's only one Locus for sure. Not to glaze him too
one
hard.
of the game's more common characters for sure, as he should, because he is one of the game's best ones.
Yes.
If not the best. There are some people who...
There's that
I don't know,
debate, yeah.
It's probably just recency bias, in my opinion. I still think Danny's better, just his execution is harder, and he's a little bit harder.
And he's not been pushed. He's not been pushed yet.
No, I try to play him in bracket, but I suck. So you see me. The champion, once more.
How's everyone doing?
Oh,
we're
good.
doing A-okay.
I'm disappointed.
You felt like you.
That's not how you want to see it end. Like no
Felt like
matter
you
no matter where it is.
adapted, like, how did you feel about? Well, but Sherry had a question about stage, about I think stages.
It was
that
more
he
for
wanted to
Miity,
have.
but
That was more. Oh,
I was
that
gonna say
for
this
Miity,
is that I guess I could ask Locus too. Is that we were talking about how certain stages that Miity was picking, like Techno as counter picks, seemed to like just not work out in winners finals and now in grands again. And I was saying that to Nintunist I felt like Pariahs would have been a more suitable counter pick, but it just didn't seem to come out as much with like the plat drop cancel combos Miity was getting. Do you feel like comfortable on that stage, or like is it just more like Techno was also just so good for you, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. When I'm playing DAG, at least I don't think too much about my own stages. I try and think about like what my opponent is going to like. And like the things that I felt like I was relying on is I knew that I knew that he was better around platforms than I was. So I was trying not to go to things like Roof and Jelly because the plat drop stuff that he was doing is a lot better than I mean, I don't do any of the plat drop stuff. So I was trying to stay away from the platforms, and I think Techno helped a little bit for that because that platform, it's nice to play around every once in a while, but as long as I like stand on the opposite side of the stage as the platform, I can kind of pretend like it's an FD. So that one I did feel a little bit more comfortable with. The thing that I'm really scared about Miity starting to do, and I don't actually even know what our like community rules for this sort of stuff is.
Right.
But like if Miity starts picking characters, or like starts counterpicking stages alongside his characters, he has so many good characters that I feel like he could pull out on a moment's notice and blow people up with. And if he starts counterpicking the characters alongside the stages,
right.
I feel like that's terrifying. Like randomly getting like me being like, okay, I'm not gonna ban Roof or something, and then like the squid comes out and you've got like kind of like best case scenario for him or something, you know, like yeah, I'd be curious to see how that would go.
Yeah, I know for Combo Breaker last year, I didn't have a ruling for it this year, like officially written in any rule sets. And at Plat Fight, I believe, our rule books did say something along the lines of you had to do stage either character first and then stage. I think it was character first, stage second. So you had to dictate to your opponent after you had won if you were switching into who. I could implement that into DUTCHMAN'S. I don't think I have any official ruling on it, but it's something that realistically probably should be officially implemented in some way, shape, or form. But I'll talk with like other TOs and see if we want to just like all do something, or if we want to like just leave it, or how, because I can understand that too. It's like, it's crazy.
Well, it's interesting. Like in this set, it was, I mean, all the games were very, very close, but I feel like one of the things that happened in set one that made a huge difference for Miity is that he won game one. And then he kind of had the advantage on the counter picks and that sort of thing. And I kind of felt like in that, because I won game one in the second set, it really felt like I could just kind of slow down the pace a little bit.
Yeah. But
I feel like if he just flipped the coin on that first game and won it again, I kind of felt like we were going game 10. I like in my head, I was like, okay, I'm buckling in for second set. We earned ourselves it. So thank God we had it. But I was getting ready to step in for sure.
Yeah, I definitely could see the tempo kind of like being very cautious, both parties. Both of you were like very much aware of what the other wanted, and like I think Miity kind of realized you weren't interested in even being on the platforms a little bit too. And so like he kind of like backed off of even doing the plat drop cancel stuff, but like at the same time, like you kind of have to just like go for broke in a way. At least that's how I was talking about that in stream. I was like, he probably should have just kept attempting it and just kind of hang out on platforms simply because then you have to approach, but at the same time, it's not always that simple. So
I feel like where I got to take a deep breath and kind of be like, okay, I can collect myself was, just in game one, second set, when he went for the spike when I was recovering. Because I happened to get I feel like it's just whoever happens to get a neutral opening is going to do a whole bunch of damage on the other person. But I just happened to be the one who got that. And I feel like if he hit that spike and just evened those stocks out 3-3, like that would have been crazy, and I would have been shook because I'm just like, damn, like I just built up like 110% or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, it was a 3-0, but it didn't feel like it was a
Yeah.
close though. Like actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We'll see. I like that there's a lot of developments in like a lot of ways going on right now between like Matt trying to like push the Beaver fever, and then just like people like I really like that a lot more people are doing the whole like flat drop cancel stuff. That's something I wanted to make a video on just in general to like kind of like incentivize even more players to do it. But I'm also just working on my general like Smashers guide to this game, so my hands are a little tied right now. But good tournament for sure. So,
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah, thanks so
good
much
like
for
watching.
Host and sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good watching the second set, really, because like I feel like you steamrolled a lot quicker because you really were doing a good job of just not letting Miity play the game that he was before. Like we didn't see too many platform drops because like you were way more in his face the whole time. Like, let me ask you something. Like, do you tend to prefer bigger stages as opposed to lower ones? I know you said you usually counterpick based off of what you think your opponent is going to like, but you specifically, like, as a Beavers player, or as a Daggett main, I should say, like, do you like bigger stages or smaller stages? Because I often see you, like, go to Pariahs a lot, and I'm kind of curious as to why, because I feel like Daggett does really well on small stages, and I think that, depending on the character or the matchup, I should say, and that less set, I feel like kind of exemplified that.
I feel like everything you said is right, until we consider the fact that I'm playing against Miity, and like I don't know, Miity's thing when I play him, I always just feel like he is trying to kill me at literally every opening, like or at literally every moment. Like there's not a second where he isn't thinking, how do I destroy this Beaver stock right now? And that's really, really scary, and that's really stressful on a small stage, especially with just some of the like the slime confirms that he has, or like I get clipped by an aerial and then suddenly I'm taking like it's not that much compared to what Dag puts out. It's probably like 50, 60, 70, but like Dag also dies at like 80. So I really feel like the larger stages help kind of remind myself like, okay, we really can't be giving away free openings. There were a couple times where I was like, okay, I can just approach. I've got potatoes to cover me. Yada yada. And then Miity was like, no, I understand the mix-ups there, and was kind of bodying me for approaching. So yeah, I definitely in the second set told myself like, hey, you're gonna sit back. There's not gonna be any free openings. He's gonna have to work for them. And yeah, that helped a lot, I felt like. So yeah, I feel like if it wasn't Miity on a small stage, I would be more comfortable.
Right. I kind of get that because, like, you know, blast zones play into the factor as well, where Daggett, if he has any potential to live longer, because if there's, you know, people get so overwhelmed by Daggett to the point where they forget he has flaws. It is possible to outrange him if you're able to space or, like, play lame enough. He is one of the game's lighter characters for sure. So, depending on the matchup, I mean, I imagine you gotta, like, take what you can get as far as both survivability and just measure the risk-reward of, like, you know, Daggett's X-Factor of, like, his insane combo game, and, like, oh, it's a big stage, how much more does that matter as far as me still being able to do this on a big stage versus a small one? Would I want something different to be able to, like, get away from, like, the good mid-range of, like, Miity with his swords and whatnot, on top of the fact that character can also 0 to death you like nothing, so I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think I'm starting to get
especially with the spikes. Like Dag sometimes just dies at like 30 or 40 if he gets spiked off stage, and like I know Miity knows combos into the spikes, and I got hit by a couple of them. Whether it's the strong down air, the regular down air, like I felt like I was needing to avoid being off stage, and on the smaller stages, that nair, like it really felt like it was covering like over almost half the stage is a little bit of an exaggeration.
That move is crazy.
I'm pretty stubby, and then it's a pretty big move, so it ends up feeling a little bit rough to get in against that move as Dag. So the bigger stage helped me there, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't help as well that, like, you know, he could get that off of a slime cancel as well. The S-Dare, like, he could just, like, do, like, one thing he was hitting you with at ledge from time to time is that if you were recovering even slightly too high from ledge, he would F-tilt you, slime cancel it, and then, like, S-Dare you down below, and you take less knockback because of the slime cancels, but it still forces Daggett into a terrible position, I should say, and,
right.
that neutral air on top of it as well, like, that move That move is crazy. Just beyond how fast it comes out, the fact that it hits on both sides and is that easy to be, or not easy, I should say, that consistent to be able to platform cancel as well. I feel like Zuko would be a lot worse if he wasn't able to do that. Because that opens up so many more avenues for him, and it's really amazing to see how like Miity is able to just really was able to convince everybody like how much better this character was than a lot of us thought, and it's really making us like think back or like misshape a lot of tier lists even more than we often do in the Discord, even more than we debate already. So I love this game. I love seeing the metas develop. I love seeing like the consistency of you and like whoever is going to be able to like push through next as well. I'm going to try to go a little further next week if I can. I'm proud of how I did tonight, but I also threw for content. I'll definitely not going to cast my own set next time I play Senpak. Run that back again, you nerd. Finally got one on me after God knows how long at this point. Yeah, but I'm good on that front for myself. If anybody else has any other questions for our champion, I will refer back to our gracious host to see what we do next.
Oh, so...
I mean, yeah, I'll...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just
yeah.
Real quick, I just wanted to say I had a great time, and thank you so much for running the bracket cherry, and GG's to everybody I played. And I hope everybody loved seeing the DAG and the Norb, because I used them both tonight.
Yeah,
we do. GG's. Yeah, it's a wonder to behold. You're still doing it. This character's been nerfed so many times, too, and he's still broken. Still very good. Yeah, I'm not talking about Beavers as a whole. I was just talking about Daggett on that front. Like, you play the character as if, like, he has not received, like, however many slaps on the wrist that he's gotten, really, and it's cool to see. I think he muted himself.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Beyond that note, I think we're all wrapped up here. So we're actually gonna raid another multiverse refugee, Rico. They're streaming NASB2. They're grinding it out. So we're gonna head over there. Tell them Cherry sent you. Tell them Naz Sweep. Tell them trans rights or whatever. Happy Pride. Happy Pride indeed. Enjoy your month.
Yay.
So I will see you guys next week for another Dutchman's. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.
People. Wow.
All right. Good night, gamers. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Team.
Yeah, it was.
Peem. Oh, I dropped so many. I'm not blaming it on that, but fucking hell, I did drop so many confirms against Senpak. There were so many times game 5 where I won. I should have just deafened. It's all your fault, Cherry. Oh, your fault. Oh, your fault. No, it was my fault. I chose to do it. I'm not actually Johnning. I've beaten people while talking before. I can't use that as an excuse forever.
Right.
Yeah. It was fun though. Thank you for